Hello, everybody, and welcome to Message Monday, where our aim here is to encourage, educate, and motivate you on topics surrounding your life, career, and business. This is your host, Michael Hogan, and I'm happy to have you guys here with us. Remember to subscribe to this show on iTunes, Stitcher, and Google Play. Also, subscribe to the newsletter at messagemonday.com/newsletter. So today, I want to talk about a topic that's kind of been on my mind for a little bit to talk about, and that's association. Because who we associate with is very, very important. And I'll start with a story that happened to me recently. I was on my way out. I was driving in my car, and a young man flagged me down and asked if I could give him a ride. And me being the nice person I am, I was about to, until I noticed a smell I'm familiar with because I used to hang around guys in my neighborhood and be around guys in my neighborhood who smoked weed. He smelled like weed. So I'm like, okay, I smell something on you. And he's like, yeah, I just had a cigarette, Newport. I'm like, Newport? That's not any type of Newport I smelled. And then he admitted, well, I had a little bit of weed wrapped in it. I'm like, yeah, more than a little bit. But I told him I couldn't give him a ride. You can't roll with me. You can't ride with me smelling like weed. That stuff isn't even illegal. And even if it was, I don't too much particularly like the smell of smoke anyways. So if I would have just let him in my car, I would have been doing two things. One, I would have been showing him that it's okay. It's okay to smoke weed. It's okay to break the law. It's just okay. And I would have been lowering the integrity and trust with myself. But I don't operate at that frequency. I'm not in that rhythm. And that's another thing I started to think about is that people have a rhythm, a certain frequency they operate at. And, places do too because of the people. A library is a quiet place. If you want to go study, you go into a library because it's operating at a more quiet rhythm frequency versus like a bar. If you go to neighborhoods that are crime stricken, they operate at a different frequency than neighborhoods that are of the affluent. And that's not to say everybody there in the affluent neighborhood has a rich mindset or everyone in the poor neighborhood has a poor mindset, because you can't control where you're born. But generally speaking, people in those areas, it reflect their mindset. And I mean, you can have whole cities that are of a certain frequency. You can have whole states that are of a predominant frequency because of the mindset of the individuals there. And I was just thinking about that, if you look at people's predominant actions, behaviors, that reflects their thinking, which reflects the type of information they put in their mind, which is what I talk about in the first part of my book, Work Ethic, The Lost Credential. If you haven't got it, make sure you get it. Go to thelostcredential.com for more information. We're on Amazon, Barnes & Noble. Make sure you get it up from there. But again, that's Work Ethic, The Lost Credential. Go to thelostcredential.com for more information. But yeah, I talk about how we're supposed to feed our mind positivity. And I ask questions about, who's feeding your mind? And the information that you're getting, is it to your advantage or is it to your detriment? Because that information we get, that feeds our subconscious, which will help shape our dominating thoughts. And our dominating thoughts reflect our behaviors and our actions. And based upon that, it impacts your environment where you are. So you can have places that are predominantly hateful. You can have places that are predominantly happy. And you may say, yeah, but I'm not a hateful person, but I'm around a lot of hateful people. Well, a lot of negative emotions come from a place of fear. You may not be hateful, but you may be fearful of something. And you guys might be in that same rhythm, that rhythm of fearfulness. A lot of people don't think about that. A lot of negative emotions, you could pretty much trace a lot back to fear. And that's something, we need to be considerate of. We need to be considerate of what we say to people too, and how people respond to what we say. That could tell you a whole lot. And what people say to you and how you respond to people, need to be cautious of that as well. But yeah, I just wanted to talk to you guys about, association there. Wanted to drop that on you guys. If you like this show, share, like, comment. And as always, guys, have a blessed day. Make today a great day. Make this week a great week. We'll see you on the next Message Monday.